Hello, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are starting with something very different than what we normally do, and that is Blender. I've been taking a crack at Blender a little bit in my free time, but I haven't done much. This is pretty much as far as I've gotten at this thing that you see in front of you, which is intended to be the handle for a sword eventually. Now, you probably have a lot of questions as to why I'm doing this, considering I only really do gaming content usually. And the answer is, well, I felt like it. And I kind of have this like small wish to eventually make like a little scene with maybe some characters or something eventually. But I've always been kind of interested in 3D modeling and animation, and I figured, well, if I'm gonna try to do it, may as well stream it, right? What could possibly happen? So yeah, that's what's gonna go on here. Let me move. Not that. Where did I just move? I don't know. Where's my camera here? Move this like down here maybe. For the time being, while I work to try to see what we're doing here. So let me pull up some pictures or a picture for you. So this right here is the sword we're trying to make. We're trying to make Dawnbringer, which is a sun sword from D&D and a sword that one of my characters uses, and I thought, hey, be kind of cool to make Dawnbringer into a sword. I like this handle design. This crossguard, I'm thinking something more along the lines of this winged pattern you see down here, like this one. But I prefer, I think, this handle, which is why I've kind of started what I have. But that's the line of thought. Now, can I pull this image out? Well, here, I'll just pull it back here. Minimize this on the side. So if you can look at the handle, you see I've got the cylinder shape with the breakout in the middle there. Or down here you see that, right? However, it's got this like metal wire wrap around the handle to the pommel, and that's kind of what I wanted to work on right now and see if I could get nailed. You know, one step at a time, baby steps. Let me put that away. So I was kind of looking at videos while I was at work today, and I think maybe the best option to go about this is a screw modifier on a normal, like a circle or something. So let me see if I can show you what I'm talking about. So from what I saw, you can add a mesh circle here. And we want to move it, away from the origin point, which is where you spawn it, according to my knowledge. And then once it's out here, supposedly, we can go into edit mode, I think. You add a modifier, and then we go screw. We want it on the Z-axis because our handle's going Z, I think. The other option I think is we could rotate it. I haven't tried this. I've heard you can. What is it to rotate? Shift spacebar or R. So we rotate along. Whoa. I did not spawn it in that way. Hold up. Okay. So I'm going to keep that there. What I'm going to do instead is I'm going to add another object. It's a circle. Shit. Out here, size it down, rotate it to this. Oh shit. 1 second. I'm still kind of getting a hang of all the controls here. Is it rotate Y or is it X or Z? I think it's X90. Yeah, X90. Okay, so like that. And maybe a little more down. Okay, then we can go back into edit mode. So you have that one. Oh, this one's a Bezier circle? I have no idea what that means. So let's try this one first. I don't know why that one is something else. Anyway. So this one, add modifier screw. Okay. Now I believe what you can do with this. That's the wrong circle. What the hell did I do? Okay, hold up. We're gonna delete. Okay, I don't know what just happened there. Okay, let's try adding a mesh circle out here. Rotate on the X 90 degrees. Scale it down. I think we want to scale it down a lot more because we want it to be like a wire. Okay, now that we're here, we want to add a screw modifier. And that's just like rotating it a shit ton of times, I think, around this axis, but that's not what I want to happen. And I'm not sure quite how to change that. Okay, so you can like kind of see what it's supposed to do a little bit. Now my understanding was that this spiral kind of shape changes depending on where the origin is. But I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure how this works. So we can size it up or down. This is true. The actual circle itself. I mean, you got me. I don't know. Data. I saw something about geometry data, but I don't think that's prevalent in this case. So this is the Z. Oh man. Okay, this is where it gets confusing for me in particular. Because I think I want it to go this way, but that does not look like a rotating wire at all. You feel me? This is the trouble I'm running into. I don't know how to make it into a wire. Because nothing here seems to really change that. So, I'm going to try to pull up a helpful video I found earlier and see if I can replicate something here. One second. So, let's see if you can find this with me. It was this one. How to use the screw modifier.
What's up, guys? Justin here with the CGEssentials.com. We'll talk more about this in a second. It's not really useful for this kind of object, but when we create a helix, it's
here.
the base direction of this object. But you can see how if we select these different objects, what this is going to do is the same kind of thing, where it's taking it and it's rotating it by 360 degrees and it's giving it a direction.
Yep.
However, it's not really giving us anything helpful, right? Like, it's not really giving us a very good result.
Agreed.
And so the reason for that is because this is using the object origin, so this little dot right here, as a base point for your rotation. And so a cool thing that you can do is you can adjust your object origin to a different point in order to get a better result. So let's do that thing we did before, where we go to our options and we go to our transform and we set this to affect only our origins. So what that means is now if I use a tool like the move tool, so if I tap G and I move this out, you can see how this is going to change the point that this is being rotated around.
Okay. So we go here to the object, options, affect origins. Shit. One sec. Did not mean to press that. And where is your origin? Oh, what am I doing? Oh, okay. I don't know how I did that. But that looks right. That looks right. Okay. So this is kind of what we want, I think, in the circle. Now the way I think we need to learn to adjust this is we have to shrink wrap it. So we are going to shit. We're not gonna shit. Don't listen to that. Search, shrink wrap. As you can see, I've tried this before, but I never got it to look this good yet, so this is new. And we want to target our cylinder, I believe. That looks so wrong. Oh my god. Shit. Did we move to first? What the fuck? What the fuck? Okay, oh, I'm getting something here. Okay, it looks to be doing something. Okay. If we offset the shrink wrap, I believe it goes outside of it. Why it looks like this, I have no idea. When before it looked like a tube, I have no clue. So this may just be like on the surface, but because it's flat, it looks like that. I don't know. Maybe we have to actually do something with the original object. So sizing it doesn't seem to do anything. Well, Well, extrude maybe? Oh, maybe because we're not in edit mode? Oh, there's the circle. Okay, so the circle's still out here. Okay, so if I extrude, what in the frick? Z? Okay, X. Okay, Y. Okay, that doesn't seem to be the answer either. Rotate maybe X 90. Does that do anything? No. Extrude. No. That is. Why are there two circles now? Rotate Z 90. No. Rotate Y 90. Rotate X 90. I don't. I just created some biblical angel. What the hell did I do over here? Let's just go back to what that was. Okay. So we've got a band, but we need a wire. How do we get a wire? Ah, shit. Okay. What the fuck? Um, 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 nope. Not that. Don't want that. Okay, you can kind of see what I'm going for here because the shrink wrap sticks it right on the surface of the handle like it is a wrapping. And oh, from what I understand, you can just increase iterations or something like that. And then adjust this, maybe, kind of like that. And if we move this origin point perhaps down, not like that, like if we actually grab the whole thing. Why is it, what? What? Why isn't the whole thing moving? It's like extruding it. I don't want that. I just want you to move. Okay. Select all vertices. G. I'm lost. I'm so lost. I can't lie. But, you know, that's kind of the general idea. Yeah. So I was hoping that video, you know, might give me something else. Maybe let's watch.
So initially, it's being rotated around a point right here. But if I move my object origin over here, suddenly I'm getting a different result. So notice right now we're getting some weird distortion in here. That's because the origin isn't aligned with this point right here. So if we move our origin back over here so that it's aligned with this object, notice how once we align this, we're not getting that distortion in our shape anymore, and we're getting a much better helix. So you can kind of play around with this. So this is one of those things where it really is kind of a trial and error thing to do, just because it's just not super intuitive. But let's say we wanted this this helix to continue, we could just adjust.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get anything else out of that. So we're on our own for the rest of this. So let's try from scratch. Now that we have a better understanding, let's try something else, shall we? Okay, so we're in object mode. We're gonna shift add a circle. Let's keep it. Why is it? I still don't understand why it does this. Oh, because I'm here. So I'm in affect origins. That's why. Okay. So let's move this out again. Scale it down. Okay. So now we're going to go into edit mode. We're going to search for the screw modifier. And we're in Z, there's Y, there's X, there's all the things. We want it Z in this case. I'm fairly certain. Now what we want is to transform options, or do we need to go back to object mode for this? Options, origins. Okay. And now we can move the origin. Looks like Z doesn't do anything. Okay, so this is making like a flat disc of sorts. Right. Okay. Alright. This seems to make it wider. This just makes it more distorted. Okay, because we want this in line here. And then if we scale it, what does that do? Okay, if we scale it, it just makes it taller. Oh my god. Okay. What if we extrude it from here? Let's go back to edit mode. Extrude. Okay, that way does chaos. That way does chaos. This way makes a cylinder. Not a cylinder, but like something. Okay, so none of that really helps. Sizing it up now does nothing because we're in edit mode. But this is essentially the screw, but from that angle. We could go Y or even X, but this is kind of what we want. And I think if you do this, it increases the iterations so you get like smoother. Yeah, okay, okay. So now can we add the shrink wrap? What happens if we do this now? Where did it go? What? So this is the part I get really confused about personally. I sort of see it, but it's like only in that face? Did I select only the face? No, it's the whole cylinder. What did I do? Brother, I do not know. I got nothing on that one. Okay. All right, let's rethink this. Let's go back into object mode. Move this around. Did that do anything? Oh, okay. Okay, so we bring it closer in line with the origin. It seems to create more of a wire-ish, although this looks like the flat thing we had before, kinda. Bringing it out creates that weird effect. Bringing it this way also kind of dishevels it. That's what we want, though. The origin is there. So now if we take the origin off and we actually move the circle, what will that do? Does something similar. Okay. So we're no longer moving the origin? Is that my understanding? Or is it the same thing? I don't know, really. Either way, that sort of creates an idea of what we like. So if we did like, I don't know, however many iterations, 4, I guess. We took the circle, we moved it down to there so that it like meets meets this. Right. Like so. And then we have the circle and it wires all the way up. Okay. So it's kind of in the position we want it, but it doesn't look like a wire. It looks like a band. How does one fix that? This will make it do chaos theory. Okay. Shit. I thought it would make it smoother. I don't know what the render does. Okay. What if we add a solidify modifier to it? Modifier. Add modifier. Solidify. As I do kind of wonder, actually, before I mess with this, where's my circle? Now that we're here, let's go back to edit mode. What? Uh-huh. That's odd. What is that doing? It's not making it any thicker, it's just like distorting it. Okay. Alright, well let's try adding that solidify modifier. Thickness, solidify, simple thickness. Well, it definitely makes it a little bit thicker. If we do that, I mean, it kind of looks like what we want, but it's like distorted and funky. It's like weird wire. Oh, what did that do? I feel like that made it better in a sense. Not really, though. Only rim? No, don't want that. Even thickness. Okay. What if I move this up? Oh, that did nothing. Okay. Move to last. So we screw, shrink wrap, and then solidify. I feel like that's not a bad way to go. Okay. This could be something. What if we do this now? Oh, that's so bad. Nope, we don't want that. Definitely don't want that. What about this? Does this do anything? No. Okay. Does this do anything? Huh. Not particularly. Okay, it just seems to be changing that. Alright, I mean, this isn't bad, per se, I don't think. What happens if I go to object mode now? And let's just mess with some stuff. Let's see what happens. So if I, like, move that outward, it just, like, collapses. If I move it this way, it also collapses. Out of curiosity, if I do move it this way and I increase this, what happens? I mean, it sort of regains some shape, but not really. Okay. So that's fine, I guess, and that's just up and down. Alright, and if I size it, okay, so that just like kind of changes the iterations a little bit. Okay, what happens if I add a shade smooth? Ew, what? What? Okay, I don't know, man. I might have to keep this wire as is, because if I shade smooth that, this now looks worse, I feel like. Because this is what the handle's going to look like, right? And the wire's going to look like that? I mean, it's sort of tree branchy a little bit, which I think is kind of what the sword is going for. But in the picture, right, if I bring that back up, it's very smooth wiring all the way around. It's not like segmented like this. Also, it's thicker. So if I like increase the thickness, look at, oh, what monstrosity am I creating? Oh my god, what in the fuck? Oh, I don't get that at all. But that, I assume, is what's happening at the base level, right? Which is not what we want, I don't think. I don't remember wanting that. So the question is, how do we get rid of that? Ugh. I'm wondering. I kind of wonder if we're in object mode, right? Our circle's here. What if we rotate the circle? Should I start over? Hold up. Let's add something new. Let's add a mesh circle again. Bring it out here. Rotate X 90. There. Size it down to like that. Right. And go into edit mode for that circle. And we add our screw modifier again. Right. We do some amount. And we go back to object mode. Options, origins. Actually, we don't want that yet. We want to move this to the center to begin with, perhaps. Now we do origins. Oh, wait, what? Hold up. You see what it's doing? It's like going sideways instead of going out like it's supposed to. Is it because there's iterations here, or maybe X, Z? Okay, this is more like what we want. Okay. But it's a band again. Why is it a band again? Why does it do that? Remember in the video when the dude like made the wire? You know? Because he had a circle like this, but it was actually like a tube. How did he do that? How did he do that? That's sort of what I want, that tube there. But I want this like flipped, and that's still flat. That's still not a tube. Like, yeah, I don't. Okay, I'm missing something. I'm definitely missing something here. Let's go back to the video. Let's go back to the video. So you remember when he had this here? This is kind of what we have, is the band.
And so notice right now we're getting some weird distortion in here.
Okay, now he has something else. Hold up.
So what that means is now if I use a tool like the move tool, so if I tap G and I move this out, you can see how this is going to change.
See how he's got like the vertical one?
And
he's moving
the point that this is being rotated around, right? So initially it's being rotated around a point right here. But if I move my object origin over here, suddenly I'm getting a different result. And so notice right now we're getting some weird distortion in here. That's
okay. So trash this circle. Shit, we don't like it. Shift add metaball? I saw a meatball for a second. Mesh circle. Okay. Shit, that's the origin point. 1 second. We want to move it out, and I think the vibe I'm getting is we want to rotate X 90 or sorry, Y 90. No, Z 90? Is it Z 90? Oh my god. Rotate Z 90. Rotate Y 90. Why is it at a 45? What the? Rotate Y 90. Shit. What did I do? Rotate Y 90. Okay, so the green is the Y. So that's fine. Assume we have like, this is the starting point of the wire on the side. Yeah, something like that. Okay. Now, what he did was he simply added the screw modifier, made something here that looked like that, right? And then all he simply did was change to origins, and he moved it out like so. And he had a wire, except we want to go this way. And the reason that it's like that it needs to stay because it gets distorted that way. We want it to stay on this center line here. And we want it to be kind of like right where our tube's origin is, I think. Like that. Okay, that's actually what I want it to look like, right? I want it like that. Add like double the surfacing or whatever so it looks smooth like that and wrap it around. That's what I want. This is ideal. So now we take off the origin, right? So we just move it. You would like size it like so and wrap it around, right? Which I think we could do manually. But it will look better if we can shrink wrap this to the surface, right? The problem is I don't know how that works. I don't know how to shrink wrap this properly to this, right? Because I think what it's doing is taking these flat faces and shrink wrapping it when I want it to take like the vertices and shrink wrap those. But I just don't think it's doing that. I don't think it's doing that. And I don't know why. I don't know why it's doing that. So just out of curiosity, right? Let's go for a shrink wrap. Target cylinder. Okay, so it's there, right? Where I had it. But now it's a band? Now it's a band. It's no longer a tube. Also, it's like crazy distorted in here. I don't know what is up with that. It's like, oh, it's like a square. What? It starts like a square down there, and then it moves into a band? What the fuck? Is that because of this? No, it's definitely not because of that. Y, Z, X. I mean, we want it on the X. Is it because of how it's doing this? Project negative, maybe? No. Nearest surface. Nearest vertex? No. Target normal. It's slightly offset. I mean, I don't really know why it looks like that. Why is it suddenly a band? Why does it change like that? What? This is the circle. It should be. I don't know. I just don't know. Because if we get rid of the shrink wrap, right, it goes back to tube. It goes back to tube. Okay. Let's look this up, shall we? Okay. In Blender, I have made a circle into a wire using the screw modifier. I want to shrink wrap it to a cylinder, but it flattens into a band every time. Okay. Change the wrap method from nearest to project and set the projection axis to face the cylinder. Default mode pulls the wire onto a flat plane, but projection pushes it outward or inward. Select your wire, go to the modifier, find your shrink wrap, look, change it to project, change the box, check the box, adjust the offset. Okay. We can try that. Last time the projection turned it into a cursed object. But let's see if Google AI has something right. So we're going to add the modifier again. And we're going to project. Our target is our cylinder. We want X axis, Y axis. Wow, this is just all sorts of chaos. Z axis. Okay, right. Gonna be honest here. I don't think this is working whatsoever. Oh my god. This is just like some cursed evil shit. It's just cursed. It's just so cursed. Front. Oh, that seemed to do something. X, Y, Z. That negative X, Z. It no longer is doing anything. It's not doing shit. Okay. I'm so lost. I'm so very lost. Okay. Invert call. If we do negative X. Okay, again, that seems to be doing like nothing. It's not pulling it anywhere. That's just wrong. As is that. But then you do that, and it's like, I don't know. I don't know. Alright, let's see what it has to say. Check the box that points toward your cylinder. None of them worked well. Adjust the offset value so the wire does not clip inside the mesh. Okay. Should we just let this ride? What is this? trying to conform a series of nuts to a curved plane. I first thought the shrink wrap modifier would be the easy way to go, but I'm confused. My results show the nuts being flattened or being distorted. What am I not realizing? Okay, this is kind of what I'm running into. Using the rod modifier, this is the expected behavior. Shrink wrap modifier is designed to flatten things. Use a curve modifier instead, or perhaps duplifaces. It moves vertices against the target object. The effect you are seeing is the intended effect has no notion of maintaining the volume of an object. To move the whole object while retaining the shape of the object, you can use a shrink wrap constraint, which will move the object as a whole to place its origin onto the surface. You apply the visual what? Okay. Thanks for that. Alright, so... Okay. What does it mean by that? Let's take that off, first of all. Said something about a constraint. That's not... Or a curve? What is generate curve to tube? Deforms hair curve. What? I don't know what that fucking is. Okay. Let's try this again, shall we? Okay, this is what I searched before. Project setting simply wildly distorts the wire. To be clear, the wire is only a circle moved outside the cylinder with its origin point moved and a screw modifier. I am trying to wrap this wire around the cylinder against its faces with a shrink wrap. Is this the right way to go? Okay. The standard distortion-free way to wrap a wire or coil around a cylinder is to use a curve modifier paired with a curve guide. Okay, so a shrink wrap is just going to flatten it, so I won't get a wire no matter what I do with shrink wrap. Okay. Okay. Press Shift A and add a curve, circle, or a spiral curve if you have the extra objects add-on enabled. Scale and position this curve so it wraps cleanly around your cylinder. Walk me through the curve beveling method. Go to the top, edit preferences, click add-ons, and then search extra objects. Okay, let's do this first. Top menu, edit preferences, add-ons, in the search bar, extra objects. Okay, edit preferences, add-ons. Edit preferences, add-ons, extra objects. Was that it? It is extra objects. Uh-huh. Right, so that's not there. Okay. Cool, maybe it's already in here? Curves galore, Archimedes. Whoa, what the fuck? Okay, hold on. There is no extra objects in my add-ons tab. Go to edit preferences, get extensions tab. Extra curve objects. Okay. Edit preferences, get extensions, allow online access. Which one did it want? Extra curve objects. Extra curve objects. Install. Perfect. Okay. Is that in here now? Alright, well, it seems to be there. Click the install button. Once installed, Shift A curve. Shift A. Shoot. Shift A. Curve. We got knots, spirals. Okay, yeah, we got what we need. Okay, I have the extension. Please update all further instructions for the latest updated version of Blender. Okay. Let's see how this goes. Add the helix curve. So Shift A, curve knots helix. Set this to 2432, bend smoothly around, and set this slightly larger than your cylinder's radius. Set how far the wire stretches from top to bottom. Okay. Wait. Hold on. my cylinder is larger at the bottom and smaller at the top, which is why I wanted to shrink wrap in the first place. Can you adjust for this? Okay, follow the previous steps to center the helix onto your cylinder. Give it thickness using the bevel. Ensure the bottom of your helix roughly matches the wider bottom. Select the helix curve and press tab to enter edit. Select the very top vertex of the helix. Turn on proportional editing by clicking the small target icon at the top center of the viewport or press O. Click the proportional editing fall off and change it from smooth to linear. Press S to scale and then Shift Z so it only scales outward inward and doesn't scroll your mouse wheel, move your mouse. Okay. Alright, let's give this a shot. Although I am kind of curious about the shrink wrap. If the cylinder has a complex organic, you can safely use a shrink wrap on a curve. Create a flat curve line or simple helix with 0 bevel depth. Add a shrink wrap modifier. Okay. Let's try this. Let's try this. Let's stop reading and actually attempt it. So, first of all, let's get rid of these. We're starting new. So, here's the cylinder. We're going to Shift A. Was it mesh? Where was I going? Curve. Sorry, curve. Spirals. Sorry, knots. Helix. There's no helix. There's no helix knot. Okay. Profiles helix. Simple. This is the only helix I see. Okay. Let's follow this. Previous steps. Okay, Shift A. Navigate to curve knots helix. It wasn't in knots, but okay. Total number of coils, resolution, radius, set how far the wire stretches from top to bottom. Okay. Resolution is 100 currently. That feels pretty good. Angle start. Can we get this? That's not right. Nope. Oh, fuck. Okay. Shift A, curve. Yeah, I don't even see a helix in here. I don't know what it was talking about. Helix, curve, poly, variable, angle start. We go with 0 because that's where it was, I guess. I should have just typed 0. What is this? What? What am I looking at? Okay, that... This is not helpful. I'm gonna be honest. This is not helpful. I don't think we're doing this right. I think it's screwing us. Okay, hold on. Let me think. Let me think. One second. Chat is so big over there. Let me make this smaller. Put this in here. Is this your first time using Blender? Yeah, it's my first time using Blender. Pretty much. I've only like taken a half hour before to knock around in it. So, okay, I don't think the helix is gonna work. I feel like the circle worked better. Am I crazy? Like, what happens if we just straight up, right? That's not the right kind of circle. Mesh circle. Okay. What if we just shrink wrap that to the cylinder? What's that look like? Did it even go over there? Target cylinder. I don't think it did. Did it? Oh, no, it did. Okay. It's just in edit mode. It's over here. Okay. But it did that, whatever that is. Also, there's like a vertice there. Why is there a vertice there? I don't know why that's there. Okay. I'm also not seeing the chat messages pop up in my actual chat, which is kind of concerning. 1 second. Content. Analytics, or sorry, I should go to live probably. If I go to live, will it let me see? Docs chat. Oh, here we go. Here's the chat. Okay, I actually see the chat messages now. I don't know why, but I didn't have it up before. Oh, Void was in here too. What's up, bro? You know what? Let's just get rid of that. Okay. I'm frustrating myself. I need to start over here. We have cylinder. Cylinder acquired. This we know. We know we have the cylinder. We want to create a wire wrapping up the cylinder. This should not be that complicated. Right. But it is that complicated. We have to think outside the box for some reason. Okay, so let's try again. I feel like I'm overcomplicating this. Let's try a circle, just a normal circle out here. If we extrude this in the Z and perhaps shrink that to the cylinder, what happens? We get like this little plane here. I'm not sure why we get that. But we could try... Would doing the origins thing change any of this? No, it would not. Okay. That's only for the screw modifier that counts for anything. Okay. So this is not the method unless... What is happened? Did I not select all of it, perhaps? Perhaps I didn't shrink wrap all of it? Cylinder. Okay, it's still like that. What? Oh, it's okay. We're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. Okay. Now, if we size this down and create basically just a line, right? Okay, so that's there, right? We offset it like 0.1, maybe 0.2? I don't know. And then we go to geometry, which is where? Where is geometry? Is that an object? I feel like it's somewhere. Geometry, data, perhaps. Um, there's a way to thicken it. I know that. I know that. Um, object properties. I feel like it's in this geometry data. I feel like it's in here. But I don't know. I don't know. Okay, this is where I get lost. This is where I get lost. Because in here, click object data. Scroll down and expand the geometry section. Expand the bevel subsection. Set the mode to round. It's not a curve, so geometry won't be visible. Okay. So it has to be a curve. It has to be a curve. Okay. So we get rid of this. Fine. Back in object mode. We add a curve then. A circle curve, right? And if we keep this roughly here, I guess, because we don't want to move it too far. To modifiers. And we shrink wrap that to the cylinder. Okay, we have a line on the cylinder. This is progress. This is progress. Now we go to geometry data. Okay, and it's here. Okay. Depth. Okay, that's the wrong kind of depth. We don't want that. Object profile round. This is the bevel, I believe. You can thicken it using solidify modifier. Solidify modifier works only on mesh. So we actually want a mesh. I'm just being stupid and doing this the wrong way. I'm going to move your chat, by the way, up here. Hopefully that works for you. I'm just going to stick you up there. It'll disappear after a little bit. Okay. So we're going to delete the curve. The curve doesn't matter anymore. We bring back the goat, the mesh, which is a circle. And we instead shrink wrap that. I think that's what I'm getting here. So we shrink wrap that to the cylinder. That is what we want. Now we add the solidify modifier. Whoa. Okay. I don't know if this is actually what we want. Because that's just going outward. It's not creating like a wire shape. Does it have something to do with offset? No, that's just to get off the thing. 0. Okay. Does this do anything? Simple, complex. I don't think that does anything for me here. Maybe because it's only a vertices, so it can only thicken outwards. In effect, you're just sizing it, right? I think that's what we're doing here. So we need to actually create something for it to thicken, perhaps? So like so. Oh boy. Um oh boy. What am I doing here? Hold on. Okay. Hmm. No wait. Okay. You might have lagged a little bit behind, but I can wait. Although that's kind of what I'm thinking in a sense. Because if we could take this as it exists like this, although it's not really a tube, it's more of a prism. I don't know. Could we subdivide? You can't subdivide it. It's only one phase, actually. You're just thickening it, I think. I'll wait, though. I will await further instruction. I need help. I'll be honest. I need help. um, what is this down here? What the... I don't know what that is. Okay. We've made a band around it. That's something. Right? We did something. For sure. I wonder if I should unshade smooth this so it actually looks like the model does. I don't know. Actually, what would happen if I did that here? Out of curiosity. I can always undo it. I mean, that ain't half bad. I wish I could teach you through Discord. It's hard to tell through chat. Sorry for making you wait. Oh, dude, you're fine. I'm literally just like chaos over here right now. Don't worry about it. It's not your problem. I kind of like the shade smooth there though. That kind of works. What happens if I subdivide this? Does that... I feel like it's going to do something chaotic. But I'm also kind of for chaos. So if I subdivide that... Did that do anything? Hard to tell. Hard to tell. Alright, I'm going to keep messing with shit, and when I see your message, I'll look over and I'll undo whatever I did, I promise. Because I'm curious. I am very curious. Because if I add a screw to this... Oh, whoa. What chaos? What the fuck? I made a shrink wrap. Well, I mean, yeah, I did make a shrink wrap, actually. uh... Yeah, no, I don't think that's supposed to do that. I'm gonna undo that. Oh god. Blender's a bit confusing for those unknowing in its ways. I do think my cylinder came out very good though. It looks exactly like I want it. So Hmm. I don't know why I have this earbud in. I'm not actually listening to anything. I think I was intending to put music on, but like I'm too focused, too locked in. All right, 1 second. Okay. Huh. I feel as though I'm missing something here. God, I want to try to do something so bad here. Let me see. Keep typing whatever you're doing there, Blender newbie. I'll wait for you. I'm gonna try some experimentation. Oh, are you following any reference image? Do you have any reference image of sword which you're trying to model? Yes, yes. So, um, right here. Oh, that's shit. Fuck. Hold on. I'll pull you up something new. There you go. I'll blow this up for you. So if you see, well, let me zoom in here maybe. No, it's giving me nothing. Okay. Well, maybe you can kind of see, because it's not really letting me get in there for some reason. There's this handle here, and it's like the cylinder shape I created. It's got like a shorter at the top, wider at the middle, wider at the middle, got the little indent, and then down, and it's got this wire wrapped up it. That's what I'm trying to make currently, is that wire wrap. If that makes sense. Why I can't blow this up, I don't know. You know what? Actually, just let me... there, let me put that away. And then... there we go, there we go. Okay, this is a solution. Here we are. What the... No, no, no. Why can't I move in here? Shit. Save. Desktop, save screenshot. I see now, but doing this type of model on first day is kind of insane choice, to be honest. I mean, I'm good with going in the deep end. I'll figure this shit out no matter how long it takes me. Yes, this is the sword I'm trying to make Darkbolt. Yes, thank you. Hello, by the way. Let me actually pull up my screenshot separately so maybe I can zoom in on it properly and move around without editing shit. There we go. Okay. So I'm only concerning myself with the handle. Right now, I don't care how the rest turns out. Not thinking about that. Just trying to make this. Which I feel like, you know, the cylinder part I feel like is actually kind of close, personally. Right? Like, that's not too far off in shape, I think. Odd to see no party lights. Well, it's a serious stream right now. We're not partying, so there are no party lights. Appreciate it. Appreciate it very much, Darkbolt. Thank you, thank you. But yeah, this is what we're going for. So the wire part is definitely difficult. I've gotten kind of close, but not really. I'm struggling a lot. But I feel as though we can get there. I don't think it's out of reach. So the question is, how do we do that? I thought the shrink wrap and the screw would work, but the screw doesn't really do anything. It just kind of like creates an unholy abomination from which there is no return. Um, I am curious. If I take this, right, take its origins, and now that it has the screw, what the fuck? Hold on. Uh, if I put this upward slightly and then do this. Okay, so that makes like a line. I tried before to do the line and make thickness, and it made like a super distorted wire kind of thing, which is not what I want. Wow, this is chaotic as hell. Yeah, so not exactly what I'm looking for. There's got to be an easier way to do this. I feel like I'm overcomplicating this part. Maybe I should skip this and move on to something else. Maybe I should try like to make the crossguard shape or something and think about the wiring later. I don't know. I was just trying to go like as I saw it, one piece at a time. I don't know. I don't know. I really do not know. Yeah. I got kind of close earlier with something I did. This is the origin again. Where if I add... Shit. Oh, this is funky. Oh, I forgot it had to do that because it's shrink wrapped. It's not even worth like doing though because I tried to do it earlier and the shrink wrap just flattens it against the surface. We don't want it flat. So what I did earlier was I actually succeeded in making like the wire shape, but I can't like stick the wire to the handle, you know. It looks kind of like it's just floating off of it. And I wanted to use this modifier to stick it to this like this one currently is, but it just flattens it and makes it look ridiculous. And extruding it only makes it look worse. Try modeling the emission part. Skip wire. You can do it later. Okay. We'll skip the wire then. All right. We'll skip the wire. We'll forget the wire. Okay. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna. Can I turn off the shade smooth? Shade flat? There we go. Okay, so this is what the actual model looks like, right? So here's the sword. It has this curved cross guard type thing, which I feel like shouldn't be too difficult to make if you factor out all these like little details in there that have these little like indentations. If I just make like a general shape, I think that should be okay. Yeah. So the question is, how do we do that? I think we try with a cube. Let's just try shit. Let's just try shit. So if we imagine, we can connect this later, right? But let's imagine this is the top of it. Try shade auto smooth instead of shade smooth. Whoa. Oh, that was the wrong object. Shade auto smooth. Better in most cases. Oh, okay, that looks pretty good. Very thin crescent moon or thin fancy sea. Yeah. Okay, so here we have our object. We edit cube A. We're gonna size it along, what is this, the Y? Outward. And maybe size the X inward, perhaps. It shouldn't be too thick. And then we're going to, oh shit, what was it for loop cuts? Control R. We're gonna Control R and scroll, and I imagine we're gonna need a decent amount of loop cuts. To make this curve, right? So it's thicker on the ends for sure, thinner in the middle, curves up to like a half C. Okay. So how are we going to do this? I feel like there is a easier way to curve it probably. I can move all of these individually. But we can start that way. We got to start somewhere, right? So if we go wire, let's start with edges, I suppose. What happens if we do this? Okay, that just moves that up. Okay, I see. Shift, do that. Whoa, hold up. There we go. Okay. So if we like do that way, and then we do that, and then we do that, and then we go up a little bit further, and then we go up a little bit further, a little bit more of a curve there. Tiny bit more there at the end, and then, I don't know, maybe it sticks out or something. Is there a circle or oval and then cut in half? I have no idea. Well, that's like very rough. That's very rough. That does not look like that, right? But sort of, kind of. Where this actually is, I honestly have no clue. We could like, whoa, well, that's kind of cool. That's neat. It's a little interesting. I think we kind of have to keep that the way it is then, yeah? Almost got it. We could like do something like that. And move these a little more up. Like that. I kind of wish, let's see. Can I compress this? Can I like this just scales it. Okay. There was like a, what was this? Shrink fatten. I don't know what that does. Add a UV sphere and cut that in half and in edit mode. Okay. Okay. We could try that. I don't feel like that's half bad, but you know, it's definitely not what we're going for. Because yeah, it is more like a sphere, isn't it? It is definitely more like a sphere. Isn't there another object? There's like a torus or something like that, but we can go with the sphere. Or do you mean like for this part? I'm not. Let's see. Shift add mesh UV sphere. I'm not going to question. I'm just going to do. I'm just going to do. Because he could mean... for like a very rough shape. Kind of like that. And then we go to edit mode. Wireframe. And you like take all that out, perhaps. Do we dissolve them or do we delete them? Let's see. Delete edges. Okay, then we take all those and delete edges. And we got a half. Okay. All right, I'm kind of seeing what we're working with here. Delete face. Oh, I could use the face select. Oh. I think I think I did effectively the same thing, but I made it more complicated for sure. Okay, so we have something much more curved. Let's get rid of the cube. Or we can keep the cube for like general shape, I think, maybe. Sphere. Okay, now the question is how do we move you? We take like oh. Whoa. Okay. This is interesting. All right. What if we go faces? Oh, okay, there we go. There's half. There's half of it. What happens if we squeeze this? Oh, that's not what I want. You can size it. Don't want that. We want to actually like squish it in. I think. I think that's what we want to do. Oh, this is tough. I'm not really sure where to go from here. Drag. Oof. Okay. I have to think about this. I have to think. We could just use... if we do that, though, then how do we get the volume at the base? We could just get rid of everything else except for, like, one set of faces along each side. But I feel like that's a bad way to do it. I don't know. All right. I'm officially lost. Give me a second. Let me think about this. Hold Alt and click to select a loop edge and press GG twice to move edge to get the shape. Okay. Okay. All right. Hold Alt. Click an edge. Okay, that gives us an edge. Cool, cool, cool. Press GG twice. Oh, okay. And then moves it like along the surface or hold up. GG. What if we go X? Y? No, no. We're just like okay, we're just moving it. Okay. To get the shape. Twice to move edge to get the shape. Okay. I see what this does. My brain is not translating how this is going to help. Because effectively we want to squish it, right? And I don't see how that's going to help us squish it. Um, let's see. What if I do multiples? Shift. I didn't mean that edge, the round edge loop. Oh, okay, okay, okay. Hold up, hold up. Alt GG. Oh. Wait. Oh, 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 oh. Maybe? The round edge loop. Okay. It still only moves it along the surface, though. How do I move it inward? If I GG... Oh, I could size it. That only, like, brings the circle in, though. We don't want to bring the circle in. We want to make it into, like, a crossguard shape. I wish I could better, like, visually grasp what you're talking about. It is very hard through text on a chat. Let me see. Press S to scale it inverted. Yeah, okay, so I was along the right track. So we can scale it. What would that look like? Oh my god. Okay. Oh, you know what? Did I delete this in the wrong half? So if I had it like the vertical half, I feel like I could better understand where you're going with this. Maybe. I feel like this is kind of leading me down a weird path. Hold on. Let me just get ideas. How to create a curved crossguard in Blender. What does it come up with? Uh-huh. Okay. That I can somewhat understand. Yeah, it is hard, but what can I do? Honestly, Blender, you're doing way more than you should have to do. You are trying to steer a very intelligence lacking ship through like a very narrowly winding river. Okay? And I am a cruise ship stuck in the Panama Canal. All right? That's what's happening right now. That is what's happening. So I'm going to do us all a favor, and I'm going to work in the way that I know how so I'm not getting confused. So I'm sorry to get rid of your progress. I'm going to delete the sphere. I'm going to delete the cube. Okay? I'm going to try what the internet is telling me to do because it's the only way I know how to make this work without being like directly led by the hand. So let me try adding another cube. Bringing it up here. Scaling it along the Y. Like there. Okay. Go into edit mode. Control R like before. I think. Hold up. Oh, we're not in edit mode. Control R. I think that's good. Let's see what this was talking about. Okay. We added a cube. We scaled it to the basic proportions. We added loop cuts. Shape the details while it's still straight. I'm not going to do that. We're just trying to figure out how to make a curve right now. This is basics. We're going to add a Bezier curve. And then shape the arc. Okay. So, we are going back here. We're going to add a Bezier curve. Which looks like this. Okay. All right, all right, all right. I sort of see where we're going here. We are going to free rotate this like so, sort of, kind of. We are not going to want to eyeball this because I am stupid. But we can get the general alignment, I think. Where's the object? Okay, so location X, I think, should be 0. Location Y, 0. Location Z appears to be about 11. Alright. This looks sort of kind of right. Let me now move this here. Is there a way to... How do we manipulate this curve? Motion paths. Transform. Euler. I know that math rule. That's funny. Shading, visibility, line art. Animation, custom properties. Okay. So we need to figure out how to shape this thing. We could go to modifiers. We could add a mirror. Not that way. Not that way. Not... No? What did I do? Where did it go? Why did I... Oh man, I'm so dumb. Oh wait, it's below it, isn't it? I bet it's below it when it's in Z. Oh no, where the fuck? Okay. I'm dumb. Don't listen to me. We're not doing that. Oh, edit mode? Oh, I was in the wrong mode. Okay, okay, okay. Alright, alright, alright. Cool. Uh-huh. Okay, okay. I sort of see where this is going. I sort of see where this is going. We want this to be an inward curve. We need this middle point down more. This up, this in, down a little bit, this in, no, out. We need it out. Kind of like that, sort of, kind of. It's a little too low. Did I put these right on top of each other? Did I delete one? What did I do? Oh, there's one like in the middle here. To the right, perhaps? That sort of looks like what I'm going for. Why is that like here? I need to... How do I shift this angle? There. There. Okay. That's kind of what I want. Right? That's kind of the curve I want. Now we just scale it. We got point there, point there. Is it the actual black line that I need scaled properly? Is that what it's gonna follow? It's... Oh, it's like sideways. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It's sideways. Okay. Um, Frick. Frick, what did I do? Okay, I see it. It's like angled. It's angled. The actual thing is like weirdly angled. Okay, okay. This is the Y. We want the Y to be 0, I think. Oh my god, what am I doing? What? Do you guys think I bit off more than I can chew? Yes or no? I think the answer is inevitably yes. Okay. Think, think, think. Bring these in line. That's simple. Bring these in line. That is simple. Okay. We've brought it in line. It seems to curve upward. That doesn't look bad, I don't think. Now we just need to simply move this whole thing a little bit that way. A little bit there. Okay. I'm happy with that. That's reasonable. Okay. Here's the problem. We need it to do the same on the other side. Do we make another curve? I don't think so, because then we need to make another part of the handle to do that. Okay. Unless I need the curve to be the whole curve, which is more likely the case. It probably needs to be the whole curve, right? Let's use our brains. We have them for a reason. Okay, we have 2 lines. We make like a V. We have 3 points. You can mirror it. I'm seeing I can mirror it, okay? Mirror. All right, we got a mirror there. We got a mirror there. We got a... What the fuck? Oh, that's where the Z went. Oh. Well, hi there, buddy. Well... What happens if I do this? What in the fuck? Oh, I'm learning so many things. Okay, okay. What about flip? What does flip do? Mirror object. Mirror object. Cube. X. No. Y. Oh! Okay. Okay. We're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. It is not quite touching. Ever so slightly. Okay. That looks like something. That looks like something. Holy shit. Okay. We have the curve. We have the curve. All right. Edit mode on the curve. Rotate, align the curve so it longs. Yeah, okay. Select your crossguard mesh. Go to the modifier properties. add a curve, choose your Bezier curve, choose the correct deformation axis so it bends properly, apply and fine tune. Okay. We're supposed to add our details first. We're not doing that in the name of learning. In the name of learning. Cube. Modifier. Why? Wait. Hold up. Object. Cube. That was almost disastrous. Cube. Add modifier. Curve. Uh-huh. Curve object. Bezier. Oh, what the fuck? Okay. Deform access. Y. Z. Oh, this is... What did I do? What did I make? What? Oh my god. Okay, X. This is like... why is my curve moving if I do that? Oh, this is... oh, okay. Why does that move my curve? What? Should it not be a cube, perhaps? I feel like it shouldn't be as big of an issue. This is kind of funny. I'm going to be honest. I have no idea what this means. Okay. Okay. No. No. Just to recheck the instructions, select your crossguard, go to the modifier properties, add a curve, choose the Bezier curve. Correct deformation. None of those look correct. It's supposed to bend along the line. Right. Okay. We know that doesn't work the way that it should. Is it because it's a giant cube with not enough cuts in it? I don't know. It could be. It's possible. Could it also be because of the mirror? Maybe. This also might be possible. Hard to say. My biggest question is, why does it do this? What the fuck? It's moving the mirror. Why would you do that? It's kind of funny. Look at that. Huh. Oh man, I'm so screwed. Do we watch a video, do you think? Maybe we watch a video. Alright, it's 8 o'clock. Here's the deal. I'm going to give this a half hour more before I switch to a game because my brain can only take so much. I literally worked 8 hours today and came home and did this, which is... I'm having fun. I will admit I'm having fun, but my brain's also breaking. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to watch some educational video and see if that helps us, because this seems interesting. Let's see what they have to say.
In this video, I'm going to quickly show you how to bend an object inside Blender using the simple deform
Forgot my earbud.
modifier, kind of like this object here. That being said, let's go ahead and delete the example object. Press Shift A to add a new one.
Of course.
We'll choose Mesh Cube.
Of course, classic cube.
And then go to the Modifier tab and choose Add Modifier.
Uh-huh.
Under Deform, we'll choose Simple Deform and choose Bend.
Oh.
Now you can choose the bend angle. I'll just pick something random. And then you can also choose which axis you want to bend on.
Okay.
Now you'll notice right away that there's an issue that the mesh is not actually bending. It's just deforming on the top and bottom. That's because Simple Deform relies on vertices to bend, and the simple cube here only has 4 on the top and 4 on the bottom, nothing in the middle. So to fix that, go into Edit mode by pressing Tab, Press Control R to add some loop cuts. Mouse wheel up to add those loop cuts. Left click and then press Escape to leave it centered. And then we'll go back into object mode. And you can see it's got a nice bend there. And then also the same for the Y axis. But you'll notice that Z has the same problem as before, and that's because we need to add loop cuts in the other direction. So let's go back and edit, press Control R, and add some loop cuts in the other direction. And then we can go back into object mode, and then we'll have the nice bend in all directions. There is another way you could do this by using an additional modifier. So let's go ahead and delete this object. Press Shift A, choose Mesh, Cube, and under Add Modifier, we'll choose Generate this time and do Subdivision Surface. We'll choose Simple and increase the count by a little bit. We'll go to Add Modifier again, choose Deform and Simple Deform.
What
Just
the
make sure you
fuck?
switch it to bend like before, and then you can choose your angle and which axis you want to bend on. And if you want higher definition on the curvature, you could just increase the count over here for Levels Viewport.
Okay, we could try that. We could try that. I don't think it's gonna be what we want. Watch sword making tutorial, maybe you'll get some idea. I could try. I could try. I don't know. The hard part is I'm not trying to make just a general sword, you know, I'm trying to make the one that I'm trying to make, which requires specific things, which is difficult. And you know, I'm probably in over my head, but you know. Anyway, let's get rid of that. Wait, what? What the fuck? What? That's not where it was. Okay, you know what? It's fine. It's alright. We're gonna go back down. Okay. Let's try what this guy had to say. Let's go into edit mode. We have our loop cuts. Perhaps. Let's add some this way just in case. Maybe we add some more this way as well. Oh, interesting. You can do like inside of them. Interesting. Okay. I probably should have done this, you know, when I made. You know what? I'm gonna save myself the trouble. Okay. Shift add mesh cube up size Y bang crossguard size. Edit mode Control R. Many loop cut. Control bang. Okay, well, let's just see what this does. Add modifier. Deform. We go... What was it? What did he do? Shit. Is it bend? Bend hair curves. Bevel. What? Oh, fuck. What did he say? One second. I'm not looking at the video, I swear.
Need to add a new use add modifier.
Add modifier.
Under deform,
Deform.
we'll choose simple deform and
Simple
choose
deform.
bend.
Simple deform. It was always simple deform. I knew that. All right. So we go add modifier, deform, simple Holy shit. Oh, I made a war pick. What the fuck is that? Bend. Oh, what? Oh, hello. Okay. Right. So. Yeah. Come on. Select the... Why won't you select the end? Get... Oh, my God. Oh, because that actually is the end. I'm so dumb. Control R. And then we put some in this way, because why not? Control... Okay, just for that, you know, whatever's sake. What the fuck did I just make? What? Okay, we have Y, we have X, we have Z. None of these are bending the way I was thinking it was gonna bend, which is, you know, upward. Although I think in this case it's probably... No, because Y is gonna bend that way. We want it to bend this way. Do I need them? Is it more like this? Oh. Angle. Oh. What in the hell is that? Because the Y... What the fuck am I doing? What is this? What is this? Oh my God. Okay. Go back to 0. Go back to 0. You horrible monster. Z just like... I don't even know what this is. I don't... Undulating mass. Okay. One must envision upward curve. How does one achieve upward curve? Because the block didn't actually bend either way. Maybe I need to select, instead of the whole thing, like a singular box, right? What if I just selected, like, say, this box? And I bent this way. What is that doing? Okay, no. No, it's just bending the whole thing in weird effing ways. Okay, 1, 2, 3. What in the world did I do? Oh my God, you need to go to hell and stay there. I just noticed my Bezier curve is like super fucked also, by the way. Alright, I'm definitely going about this the wrong way. I think I need to do some more research before I pursue this. Alright, I appreciate you popping in, Blender Newbie. I may try this again, I may not. I'm not really sure. We're going to see how this goes. It depends how much effort I'm willing to put into this. But I'm probably going to switch to games here soon, so peace out. Thank you for popping in. Appreciate you. I think for now, we actually made 0 progress. We just have the cylinder I already had at the beginning. It's been 2 hours of my life. We've gotten nowhere. Yeah. So that's where we're at. I'm going to end it there for tonight. And we'll see what happens next time. Yeah. All right. I will catch you all later. Thank you for popping in if you did. Please stop by again. I have a lot of fun with you guys. Next time it'll probably be something different. And we'll see if we come back to this. All right. Have a wonderful night.